Welcome to Cloud Infrastructure Services YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to show you how you can set up a Django server on Ubuntu hosted on Amazon Web Services. So simply click the link in the description box to come to this marketplace listing for Amazon, and from here you want to create a new EC2 virtual machine with this particular image. Now this image comes with pre-installed Django server and all of the prerequisites required for it to run. So from this marketplace listing, you want to get started by clicking on continue to subscribe. After that, you would be brought to this product page, and from here you want to click on accept terms, and then you need to wait for the validation process to complete. And once the validation process is done, you want to click on continue to configuration. After that, you would be brought to this page from where you can choose the AMI, the software version, and the region where you want to deploy your virtual machine. Once satisfied with the settings, simply click on continue to launch. After that, you would have two options on how to launch the EC2 virtual machine. You can do that from either this website, or you can change it from the website to EC2 Management Console, and for that you would have to click on launch. So that is going to open up the EC2 Management Console in a new tab. And in this tab you can basically customize your virtual machine. So give your virtual machine a deployment name. So I'm going to call mine as Django, and after that scroll down and make sure that the image is the one that you got from the link in the description box. After that, scroll down and choose the instance type according to your requirements, and make sure to choose a key pair by either creating a new key pair or by choosing an already existing one, because this is the key pair that we would be using to connect to the SSH service of our virtual machine. After that, leave the network settings as default and then simply click on launch instance. Then you would have to wait for the deployment process to complete. Once the deployment process is done, what we can do is that we can connect to the SSH terminal of our virtual machine. For that, simply click on view all instances. And in here we can see that our virtual machine is still in the pending state. So we need to wait for it to change its state from pending to running. Once inside the running state, simply right click on your virtual machine and then click on connect. And then change the tab to SSH client and then copy this command and paste it inside either a command prompt or a PowerShell. After that, simply replace this path for the path where you have downloaded your private key. After replacing the path for the private key, simply hit enter, and when you're prompted, type in yes and hit enter once more. And then this command prompt is going to connect to the SSH service of our virtual machine. Now inside this SSH terminal, the very first thing that you want to do is that you want to confirm the installation of Django Web Admin Server. For that, simply type in the command Django space admin and then space --version. Now as you can see that we are currently running the version 3.2.4. Next up, we are going to learn how to create a new project using Django. So to create a Django project, we have the command Django space -admin and then space start project and then space and then the name of the project. So in my case, I'm going to type the name as my site and then hit enter. Now this is also going to create the directory my site, which we can see by using the ls command. So we want to cd inside this my site directory. So cd space my site and then hit enter. After that, we want to migrate all of these configurations. So type in the command python3 space manage.py space migrate and then hit enter. And by the way, if you want to look over on all of these commands, then simply click the link in the description box to come to this step-by-step blog post guide on how to set up Django server on Azure, AWS and GCP. Now after you have migrated all of these configurations, what we want to do is that we want to create a super user. For that, simply copy this command and paste it inside the SSH terminal and then hit enter. Now it is going to ask you for the username, so type your username for the admin account. So I'm going to name it as admin or testadmin123. And then the email address, I'm going to put it as test@test.com. Now make sure to put in a valid email address. After that, it is going to ask you for the password, so type in your password and reconfirm the password as well. Now once we have created the super user account, the only thing that is left is to actually deploy our application. But before we can do that, we need to allow the IP address of our virtual machine inside the allowed host. For that, simply type in the command sudo nano my site or the name of your project /setting.py, and in this file you can see this tag which says allowed host. Now we want to place our IP address of a virtual machine inside here, but enclosed within single quotation marks. So to get the IP address, simply head back over to EC2 Management Console, click on instances, click on your virtual machine and simply copy this public IPv4 address and paste it inside the settings.py file, and then hit Ctrl O and enter to save the file and Ctrl X to exit from the file. Now to actually launch or host our application, we are going to type in the command python3 space manage.py space run server, and then we're going to put the IP address as 0.0.0.0 and then colon and then port number 8000. What this means is that it is going to run this server on its local host, and for our virtual machine the local host is going to be the IP address of our virtual machine. So when we hit enter, our application is up and running on the IP address of our virtual machine. Now to get the output, we are going to head back to EC2 management console, copy the IP address and paste it inside a new tab and simply add in the port number 8000 and then hit enter. So as you can see that our Django application is up and running. Now to access the admin portal, simply add in a / and admin in front of the URL and then hit enter. And then type in the username and password for the super user, which in our case was testadmin123, and then the password. And then simply hit enter or click on login. And there you go, you're logged inside the Django administration portal. Anyways, that brings us to the end of this tutorial. Now if you have any queries regarding this tutorial, make sure to leave that query in the comment section down below. And make sure to check out the links in the description box for the step-by-step blog post guide on how to set up Django server on Amazon Web Services, and also for the marketplace listing for Amazon Web Services. And finally, if this video has helped you in any way, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel.